All right, guys. Haven't made a video in about 4 or 5 days. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about making a video a couple days ago when Bitcoin was just about to hit $70,000. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Let's see if Bitcoin actually holds 70 because we're probably going to get a dump. You know, we have major resistance at 70. I don't know why. For whatever reason, that's when a lot of these big whales want to sell. This is when a lot of traders want to dump. And we got a big dump. And I was just thinking to myself, you know, the great trade right now, like if you pretty much for the last 6 months just bought some Bitcoin at $60,000, and every time Bitcoin hits $69,000, you just sell it. And then when we hit $64,000, just buy back in. And then when we hit $69,000, just sell it. Just keep doing that. If you do that, you probably make like 20, 30, 40, $50,000 just by doing that for like the last 6 months. Anyway, point being, a lot of people are getting frustrated right now. You know, I'm going to play a video from Crypto Ran because people want Bitcoin to blow past its all-time high. That's what people are looking for right now. People are just upset. They're frustrated. They want to see that $100,000 Bitcoin. And the way I look at it is this time last year, we were at like 20-some thousand dollar Bitcoin. We hit 73,000. Now we're down to 65. We were at 70 just 2 days ago. We're in that extreme volatility mode. All coins aren't doing too good. You know, all coins will get like big pumps, 15, 20, 25%. Then 3 days later, they lose everything. And that's kind of what happens. And that's the way the altcoins are going to be until we go into alt season, until Bitcoin finds its ground. Now, the one thing I did notice is Bitcoin really is not following the stock market right now, because the stock market, if you look, has been up for the last couple days, been doing very well, and Bitcoin's just kind of been hovering. Now, there's a lot of reasonings behind this. I mean, some reasonings like only God knows. You're seeing Camilla Harris, which we talked about this. We told you that once Biden, the mainstream media, once Biden gone, they got him gone. Once Camilla comes in there, they're going to prop her up. She's going to have a honeymoon period. They're going to say she's the best thing in the world. She's a queen. She's the best. And her polls are probably going to go up a little bit. And they have. And I think a lot of people now are saying, oh, wait, we thought Trump was going to win. Now Camilla is like kind of tied with Trump. And that could be hurting the Bitcoin price. That's certainly a possibility. But I can tell you guys right now, this whole Camilla Harris, you want to call it honeymoon period, is not going to last. She's a piece of shit. She says, she just goes whichever way the wind blows. One day she's Indian, one day she's black, one day she's Chinese. This time last year, she was for confiscating everybody's guns for mandatory buybacks. Now she says, oh, I never said that. She was in charge of the border for the last 3 years. Now she says she never really was in charge of the border. And people are going to see that with her, and then her polls are going to go back down. Everybody gets a honeymoon period in politics. It's the way it always goes. And hers will dry up. So my point being, these crazy price fluctuations you're seeing right now in Bitcoin, for one, they're not all that crazy. Because we've been talking about on this channel how Bitcoin is between $60,000 and $70,000. We've been talking about for the last 6 months. That's the range that Bitcoin's in, and that's the range we're staying in. Now, people are frustrated we're not leaving the range. I'm listening to Crypto Rand this morning. You can see the frustration in his voice. I know he got really big into a bunch of altcoins. He actually mentions earlier in the video that his portfolio is really taking a hit. Let me see if I can find that part too. But here's him talking about a little bit about the markets, a little bit what's going on. But you can hear the frustration in his voice. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, Rand, haven't you been in these markets since 2013? Like, you gotta, like, this is how it always goes. I mean, I'm sorry, Bitcoin is not gonna do what you want it to do when you want it to do it, all right? That's the way Bitcoin is. So if you think you've like mastered these markets and Bitcoin's gonna listen to you, and that's why with timing it's almost impossible. You got the 4-year cycles, but the exact timing with his 4-year cycles, you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. Anyway, so here's Crypto Rant a little bit.
Because I look at the stock market. If the FOMC was bad for risk assets, the stock market would have been the first place that would have taken a dump. Now, look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq yesterday went up 2%. It doesn't look like it here because I'm on a long time frame, but look at that daily candle yesterday. That was, believe it or not, it was a 2% daily candle. Look, 1, 2, there, 1.49% daily candle. Just look at the moves that Nvidia made yesterday. So gold is almost at an all-time high. Nvidia went up 10% yesterday. So don't tell me that the reason why the market's dumped was because of FOMC. And then I read this tweet, which I think was very tight. Well, it was very good. It's from Gumshoe. He says, "I'm so tired of this bullshit. Stocks are ripping as if humanity solved the disease, technological breakthrough, unlimited energy, and world peace, and crypto is dumping because Kamala Harris has climbed back up in the polls." Then I also saw this chart over here, which was the chart of gold and Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, which is supposed to be digital gold, is going down while gold is actually going up. So what I know for sure is that it wasn't the FOMC that caused the red candle. So then what did cause the red candle? Well, maybe it was this over here. Maybe it was the fact that Iran may actually attack Israel, because remember that Israel mounted an attack in Iran and they killed one of the Hamas leaders. Okay, his name is let me just get you his full name. I'm not good at pronouncing it. Ismail Haniyeh.
Anyway, so what everybody always does when Bitcoin isn't doing what they want it to do, they try to think of all these reasons why it's not doing it. Could it be because Kamala Harris is up in the polls a little bit? Maybe. Could it be because Iran might be having a war with Israel and that could lead us into a bigger war? It's possible. Or could it just be that Bitcoin already pumped a lot off these ETFs, right? $73,000 Bitcoin. And maybe it's just kind of hit a top for now. And maybe, at any moment we can blow past all-time highs. I think it's going to be sometime this summer. But it might not happen until later this month. It might not happen until next month. Heck, maybe it never happens for all I know. But my point is, everybody's always looking for a reason, and nobody really knows. Okay, the stock market's pumping right now, and Bitcoin's not. In 2 days, think about it, 2 days ago, Bitcoin was $70,000. Okay, so now 2 days later, Bitcoin isn't following the stock market precisely, and now everybody's like crying and be like, whoa, I thought Bitcoin's supposed to follow the stock market. It's like, guys, get a life. Get a fucking life. I've said it before. If we go into like the end of the year and Bitcoin is still $65,000 and Cardano is 40 cents and, XRP is whatever, 60 cents, I'll come out and I'll make a video and I'll say, guys, I'm cashing out everything I got. These 4-year cycles are over. It was fun while it lasted. I made a lot of money last cycle. This cycle, okay, I just broke even. Actually, I didn't break even because I sold a shit ton of MicroStrategy stock. So I'll say, okay, I made a lot of money on MicroStrategy stock. I didn't really make too much on my crypto. I'm cashing out. I think it's over. That's exactly what I'm going to be saying if we're in this same exact position at the end of the year. Okay, I'll say I was wrong. Sorry, guys. I mean, you shouldn't have really lost any money because you can just sell what you got because everything's up a little bit. And I'm going to be going back into playing penny stocks. But guys, the odds of that happening are like slim to none unless we're like in World War III with Iran. And, I just saw something today where Putin is actually doing a prisoner swap, and he's looking to kind of get out of this whole war in Ukraine, which is extremely good news, extremely positive news, because who gives a fuck about Iran? I mean, we could send in one commando group into Iran and pretty much take out everything they got. They got no nukes, they got no nothing. The thing you had to worry about was Ukraine, and it does look like Putin is kind of done with this whole Ukraine war. So I'm not worried about Iran. If something happens over there, we send a few fucking bombs, and that's going to be it. But I think this whole Israel-Iran thing is just going to be a tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat, and this is going to go on forever. That's how these religious wars are. That's why I don't like to get involved in religious wars. It's two whack job sides. You got the Jews who are wacky as fuck, religious wackos, and you got the Muslims. They're wacky as fuck. The Muslims are more crazy and more violent than the Jews, but the Jews are still equally wacky because look, the first thing a Jew wants to do is, when a baby's born, is chop off the tip of his dick. I mean, they got their own mental problems. So they're all fucked up in my opinion. All right, enough of that. I'm sure this video is going to get fucking flagged or something now, but I could go on all day. Point being, this is what crypto does. I haven't made a video in like 5 days. Donald Trump's site list limited edition Bitcoin sneakers for as much as 500 a pair. So Trump spoke at the Bitcoin conference last week, Now he's coming out with these $500 a pair of Bitcoin sneakers, which is extremely positive. And pretty much during the speech, the conference speech, Trump calls for U.S. to be crypto capital of the planet and appeal to Nashville Bitcoin conference. So very good speech from Trump. I'm not going to play it. But as you guys know, if Trump gets elected president, you're going to see one of the biggest crypto bull markets we've ever seen. And he's 100% full on crypto. Kamala Harris, of course, there were rumors she was going to speak at the event. And of course she didn't. She didn't. So I really despise that woman. You know, it's just like, it's not even like a Republican Democrat thing. Like, I liked Bill Clinton. And I actually like, at least Barack Obama was somewhat charismatic or whatever, but this Kamala Harris, she's like right out of the gutter. She's a gutter creature. So I really hope she doesn't somehow, win this election. I don't think she is, but I just can't imagine anybody with a brain cell voting for her. Ripple to allocate $10 million to tokenize U.S. Treasury bills on XRP Ledger. Ripple will allocate $10 million in tokenized U.S. Treasury bills on the XRP Ledger, making the first issuance of such tokens on the platform. The initiative is part of a broader trend in the crypto industry where tangible real-world assets and traditional finance securities are being tokenized, enhancing efficiency and attracting major participants like BlackRock. Payment network Ripple will allocate $10 million, blah, blah, blah. The short-term U.S. government debt is being issued by T-bill tokens by the tokenized platform OpenEdge. So essentially, XRP Ripple is making this move to try to get bigger players in like BlackRock. Like I've always said, XRP is a banker's coin, so you kind of have to bet on it as being a banker's coin. That doesn't mean it's not going to pump. In fact, XRP has been holding on extremely well. I mean, you really can't deny it. XRP still at 60 cents, down 7%, but still at 60 cents, while a lot of these other coins, I mean, Cardano is back under 40 cents now. So a lot of other coins, and Pepe's down 12%. So XRP, there is a certain amount. Look, if you go back to the last crypto bull market, I've already said my piece in my last video, how nobody made any money. People committed suicide over it. I know personally people who didn't make any money and they're like forever destroyed by XRP because there was no hype with XRP last time. The government killed it with a lawsuit and just nobody gave a shit about it anymore. This run is different. There is hype around XRP. You can see it. You can see the energy. When I look at XRP, I can see the energy coming off of it. And that's why just this alone, XRP hanging out still at 60 cents while Bitcoin's dumping, and a lot of these other altcoins are getting hit real hard today. XRP is actually holding on pretty good at 60 cents. So I do think XRP is going to hit probably minimally for XRP. Minimally for XRP, I think it's going to get back to all-time highs. It probably won't get much past that, but it's minimally we're getting a $3 or $4 XRP. And if we don't get a $3 or $4 XRP, that means we didn't have an alt season. And the whole fucking crypto thing got fucked up, All right, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, here's an article I missed a couple of days ago. So as you guys all know, if you guys remember like last year, they were like, the SEC came out and they sued Binance and they sued a bunch of other companies and they were saying, oh, Solana's a security. Cardano's a security. Polygon's a security. Everything's a security. And a lot of exchanges actually took Cardano and Solana and all these coins off their exchange. I think Robinhood was one of them. Well, now, as we said when this happened, it's all bullshit. There's no way Cardano's a security, blah, 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 blah. Well, now it looks like the SEC is dropping that aspect of the lawsuit against Binance. So because if you guys remember, this time last year, the big thing everybody was talking about is, oh, Cardano's a security. It's not going to go anywhere. They're all securities. Well, that is no longer a problem because the SEC is no longer going after Cardano and Solana and Polygon as unregistered securities. Here's a tweet from Tyler Winklevoss. All of a sudden, the SEC.gov is no longer trying to classify 10 tokens. Okay, there's a lot of them here. Solana, Cardano, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sand, Mana, Algorand, Axis, and Cody. Now, Cody is associated with Cardano as securities. They're amending their case against Binance.us to remove these allegations, which is another good thing because if you have all your coins on Binance.us, which I used to, now you don't have to worry about these coins getting removed from Binance.us. So good news there, guys. Like all the news right now is extremely positive with crypto. The big thing right now that everybody's pissed off about, it's not the news. The news is good, right? Everybody's happy. It's like, oh, you can't even find bad news about crypto. The bad news is it's like little babies like, oh, crypto's not doing what I wanted it to do when I wanted to do it. You know, it's like, oh, like for me, for example, I thought we'd be in full-blown alt season by July. I made that prediction a year ago, if you watch my videos. It didn't happen. Okay? Am I crying over it? Am I upset? I don't even give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. A flying fuck. Not even a little bit. I got a life to live. There's other things to do out there. Now, like I said, if we get to like November, December, and we're not in alt season, then I'm going to reassess my thinking, and I might get the fuck out of these markets. And I'll tell you that for sure. I'll make a video if I do it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bitcoin's ready to take off. I think these altcoins are ready to take off. I think this election right now is putting a lot of uncertainty out there with this whole Kamala Harris thing. I think you're going to see her polls starting to go down, especially after she does her first debate with Trump. And I believe that's end of August or September or something like that. You're seeing this whole a war in Iran thing. Like, that's nothing. Nobody cares about that, okay? And I can tell you Russia isn't going to, like, go to war for Iran. I know, you know, Russia's an ally of Iran. They're not fucking going to war. They've already been in war with Ukraine, and they want to get out of that one now. They've already lost a few 100,000 people. The last thing they're going to do is be drafting people to go help Iran. So that's not going to happen. So the only negative right now is just Bitcoin is not pumping fast enough. And you're just going to have to wait, guys. If you can't be patient, get into something else. We're right around the corner. We just hit $70,000. We knew there was probably, I don't know. Well, if you were to talk to me 3 days ago and say, hey, Mike, Bitcoin's $69,000. Do you think we're going to blow past 70? Do you think we're going to get rejected? I would have bet you $10,000 we would have gotten rejected. That's how confident I was we were going to get rejected. Why? Because there's strong resistance at $70,000. So why aren't we why aren't we going to get rejected? Of course we're going to get rejected. Now, one day we're not going to get rejected. And I'm going to be like, wow, we didn't get rejected. We're going up. We're going up to $100,000. But I really wasn't feeling it. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes you can just feel it. Like, okay, we're pumping because Trump is speaking, right? We're pumping because of the ETF. Okay, we're pumping because Trump is speaking. That's all a sell the news type event. Okay, Bitcoin conference is over. Trump already had his speech. It's over. So we're dumping. And that's just the way it was. It was a news-driven pump. So now we're back into that $64,000, $65,000, $66,000 range. On the low end, we'll hit 62, right? Then we'll go back up to 68. Then we'll go back down to 65 until Bitcoin says, you know, mommy, I'm ready to blast off. And you're going to wake up one day, we're going to be $80,000 Bitcoin. And then we're going to be in alt season. And it's going to take everybody by storm. And like I said, you already see guys like Crypto Ran. He's upset. And he looks like a moron in this thing he's wearing. He looks like a villain from from a superhero movie. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. It's really the same old, you know. I like to make more videos when Bitcoin's really dumping hard or Bitcoin's really pumping. When we're just in this range, you know, I'm just not as interested. But I really think everything's going according to plan. I don't see any problems. The biggest problem, like I said, I can think of is like somehow Kamala Harris ends up winning the election, which I don't see happening. But of course, anything can happen. I do think that would hurt the Bitcoin bull run, but I think we're still going to get it. Like I said, Bitcoin cycle is playing out pretty much to a T. Yes, we want things to move a little bit faster. We want altcoins to be pumping a little bit harder right now. But Bitcoin don't care about you. And the altcoins don't care about you. They're going to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And it doesn't matter how much we cry. We just got to go about our business, live our lives, and eventually we're going to get there. And if we don't get there, then we don't get there. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.